Everybody, and welcome back to Hex Token channel, a second live stream of the day. And of course, your host Superman in the house. Yeah, boy. And we've got a few things on today, a few things coming up that we're going to talk about. And of course, there is a nice another giveaway from Maximus that you guys can participate. Nothing like free crypto, or at least a chance to win it in any case. So let's get into it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Get into the chat, folks. Say hello. And of course, I've got a question to ask you guys as well. So we're going to get up to that a bit later. So let's get into it. Hex Token channel, big welcome from me. Woohoo! Human Hex trafficker in there. Man, you smashed those emojis like a wrecking ball. That was pretty epic. Nice one, Human Hex trafficker. And of course, Hex on air as well. Hello, good morning to you. Big shout out to you, Hex on air. And a big welcome to everybody from Northern Hemisphere. If you're waking up, particularly in the UK, it's probably morning time now. What's that? Scotland, Ireland, Wales, and England. I'm getting pretty good at saying the UK countries, but this is how we roll. And of course, you've got a new king. And a king of the Commonwealth. We've got a new king as well, I should say, as well. And of course, King Charles. So, yeah, so watched a couple of videos of him doing the prince's mourning, I think, in front of the Queen with the princess as well. So that was pretty interesting. Diamond Hands says brilliant. Diamond Hands, that's true. That's true. Whew, man, oh man. Well, let's get into it. We've got the markets ramping up here. If you are joining us, of course, don't forget to subscribe on the way in. Hit that like button as well. Hit the bell. All that good stuff. If you want to join the channel, hit the join button. We've got Pulsechain, Hexskins, and Richard Hart Club. Get into there. And I do appreciate all the support from all the members. Makes a big difference. So let's get into it, folks. BTC looking pretty good at the moment. 22,324. We're just waiting for Ethereum to fire. Come on, Ethereum. You got about 2 days to go. So you better hurry up and get that old firing up there. Obviously, altcoins typically move after Bitcoins have moved often a lot of the time. So let's hope we see a lot of that happen as well. Let's jump over to the Hex charts, of course. We're going to quickly get into there. We're going to get into the Maximus day results number 8. Let me do 8 fingers. 8 fingers there. We're going to do 8. I don't even have that showing up properly there. Yeah, it's all munted on the green screen. But day 8 results we're into second week. So we're going to talk about that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Katie in the house. Hey, everybody. Let's go Superman and Wookie as well. King Hedron says Wookie. Well played. Well played. Okay, we've got Hex there sitting. It's deja vu again. What's this, day 16 or something? They're all around about 4 cents plus or minus, and we're still stuck in the same zone for Hex there, 4 cents. I'm expecting, Richard, if you remember an old video that Richard played once about the Hex chart, and he was talking about the way it was ramping up after the pullback there, talking about $100 Hex, $1,000 Hex, and things like that. So I think that's in the future sometime. But at the moment, we're down at 4 cents. So 100x from here is what, $4? So $4 there. But, people talking $10, $100, $1,000. And of course, Richard was indicating there could potentially be in the future some insane prices for Hex. And of course, some massive market valuations that people just don't understand, like trillions and the trillions of dollars. So it's going to be fun to see that play out in the future. Obviously, we talk about circulating supply a lot on this channel. And of course, that's why we cover so much. We cover so much with the Maximus team and Perpetuals, with the Maximus product, with the Icosa and Hedron, because they are helping getting that circulating supply down. Now, obviously, there's still a lot of large holders out there. Some of them are staking short term. Some of them have got liquid bags. There's still a lot of that playing out. But of course, as more and more of these products come in, they eat up the circulating supply. We had the sacrifices, which ate up well over 5 billion. And of course, we've had lots of other things happen as well. As I said, all those projects eating up the circulating supply. That helps in the longer term price. But of course, it doesn't take much to move the liquidity either. So some big buyers coming in can quickly. There's not much Hex around, relatively speaking. And of course, unless people with liquid bags or end stakers decide to burn a lot of their Hex, they have to go and they would have to sell that down. So there are certain limiting mechanisms. But of course, imagine if we got some big buying starting to come in, things could turn around very, very fast. So let's get into it, folks. That is where the Hex is at the moment, 4 cents. Of course, it's a good place to pick up lots of volume, and Richard's talked about that too, picking up lots of volume at Hex at the moment at the pullback price. Now we've got Maxi, of course, at 2.14. So 2.14 Hex to 1 Maxi. And this is looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good here. We had a big spike up yesterday to 2.31. And of course, we're holding up very nicely here. And of course, day 8 of Maxi, we just finished and we're into day 9. Is that right? Yeah, to day 9. So that's a lot of fun. All right, so let's get into the Maxi results before we get into Hedron. We'll come back to Hedron later, and of course we're going to do a few of the other charts as well, including the weight token, which has had a bit of a firing, has fired up. So let's get into the results now. Because the Maximus team did not print any day 6 results, I've printed them myself. So there we are. These are based on a snapshot just earlier, probably about an hour ago, something like that, which is pretty much in the ballpark. So we're going to go with that. So day 8 here, 15.6 million in the base token there. Woohoo! And 16 million in trio. These are big jumps and probably not surprising given the launch of Diamond Hands. We also got the Lucky in there, 14.2. This is a big jump, folks. We're having smaller jumps the days before. You can see that, especially day 6 to 7. But we're going to talk about the changes in a second. 14.2 million Hex in the Lucky, and a massive whopping 57.6 million in the Decimus. That's pretty awesome. And we're in day 8. This is day 8 finish. We currently start day 9 of 21 plus days. It looks like 21 plus days there. It's going to be pretty amazing. Now, obviously, it's 103 million. We hit 100 million in the Hex in the pools. That's terrific. 103.4 million. And we're currently at 17.2% of the total target of 600 million. But that, of course, is based on getting 150 million in each of the perpetuals. But obviously, the Decimus, without much surprise, is getting a lot of the Hex in there. And of course, I've been talking about that for some time. The annual APY is pretty massive. So even if you're playing the long game or the short game, that is probably the most logical play to make. So pretty exciting. Let's get into it, though. This is, if you take them as together, if you're playing the long game, you will be, and you're looking to stake and earn the rewards, you will be looking to you'll be looking to make a staking ladder out of this, a staking ladder out of these 4 products. The other thing, of course, is now that we're going to have Diamond Hands, if you are going to hold the long-term position, you could get quite the windfall in rewards, and potentially it's a mystery what they're going to be, but you're going to get penalties in the base trio Lucky Decky, but you could potentially get other assets as well. Who knows what the airdrops will comprise of. But of course, we do know the mystery box is sitting out there, and that's going to be quite the boss, as it were, in the Maximus ecosystem. We will see where that plays out. Obviously, with the team and the Diamond Hands, they're both potentially competing for some form of rewards. We will find out in due course. All right, so cool. 17.2% of our target. That's going really nicely at this stage. Honestly, that's a really good result. Now, obviously, another great result is the team, and it's probably relatively better in some ways, is the team here. 36.1 million in the team there. That's how much Maxi's gone to the team. That's amazing. 12.3%. And of course, before the launch, we're talking about maybe we might get 20%. That'd be a pretty good number. We're tracking very well to that. And of course, today we had the first day that we saw people that were in the million plus club that had 2 million or higher go in. We saw 2 big whales with 2 million go in, 2 of them. And it was amazing. Before that, we'd had three whales in the million club and that had 1 million. So we really jumped up big time here. The big whales are starting to move. We've still got whales out there with 3 million, and I think there might be 1 or 2 with 4 million. I can actually check that. Let's quickly check the holders there. I've got the numbers here. We've got 1 whale over 4 million, and of course we've got how many there? 6 whales with 3 million or more. So pretty epic. We saw these 2 big whales move early today. That was pretty amazing, and they went all in from the looks of it. With all their maxi. So they didn't do a split strategy. Looks like they went all in there. So pretty exciting. All right. So let's get back to the Delta. So what's the increases for today? You can see yesterday we're doing like 0.7. Look at the today. Today is completely obliterated yesterday's results. 2.7 increase on the base. 3.4 million Hex increase to the trio. 2.4 million in the Lucky, and a massive 7.6 million in Decimus there. A total of 16 million. What a jump. And I did say that we'd get up and down days, but of course this one here has been also spurred on by the Diamond Hands, because now you're going to get yield in addition to the other yield. So you've got your base yield in the Hex stakes staking pool with the 50% bigger pays better, but now you're also going to get these potentially penalties from people early in staking their Diamond Hands, and of course getting extra rewards that you don't know what they're going to be. But I have a feeling they're going to be pretty juicy, as it were. But in any case, for day 1, we had 34.9 million going to the perpetuals. Day 2, 11.9. Day 3, 9 million. Day 4, 6.6. Day 5, 9.1. Day 6 there, 12.3. And then day 7 there, 3.6. And day 7, 16 million. We've got a long way to go. So that's day 8 there. Let me update the date on that one. That's day 8. And in fact, I probably forgot to update this one here. Oh, no, it did that right. So day 8, we've got 16 million. So pretty epic for the team, of course, from day 1. We had 8.9 million day 1 there, not surprising. 3.9 in day 2, 1.8. And then we moved to 1.4, 1.3 in day 5, 1.1 in day 6, 2.9 in day 7, and today a massive 4.7. And of course, we had the big 2 whales go in there with 2 million each. And not surprising, who else are we going to see happily go in there too? These 2 have gone. There's plenty of other ones that could potentially go in, including our huge Hedron deployer up here at number 2 here. We'll be watching this one to see what it does with the 27 million. Will it do a split strategy? Will it do nothing? We're going to find out. It's going to be pretty cool. Now, the other thing, of course, will we see any of these 6 whales in the 3 million club? Will they go in? And of course, the Soul 4 million club one there, will they go in as well? So I have a suspicion who one of these wallets is. It's just a gut feel, but I could be wrong. But I have a gut feel about who one of these wallets are, just by a comment that somebody made. So it was pretty interesting. Let me know if you think you might know who I'm thinking of. It was just based on a comment that someone made, but it could be wrong. So anyway, let's have a look at the live results and get into this. Woohoo! So live results here. We've got 15.6 million in the base at the moment. So let's have a look at that compared to our day 8 results, which we just closed based on my numbers that I pulled, not the Maximus numbers because I didn't print any. So 15.6, 16 point. So we've gone up slightly on the trio to 16.11. The lucky is 14.2, and it's gone up to 14.27. So they're slightly up. The decimus there, 57.6, is now 57.61. So pretty much the same. So the total pretty similar there. The team at 36.09. I'm pretty sure I refreshed that. So let me just double check, make sure I did. Forgot if I refreshed it or not. 36.9, and of course we're at 36. So that's pretty much the same. So pretty similar number there. That is pretty cool. That's the results there for day 8. We'll be back in tomorrow for day 9, of course. Let's jump out of there. Now, there is a giveaway from Dipcatcher, and of course they just did a wonderful live stream. So that's going to be pretty cool. I'm going to copy the link to that. It's a 1,000 hex giveaway. And of course, describe the purpose and meaning of Maximus DAO in your own words. To win, reply with your entry. Tag someone who should know about this and retweet this tweet and follow me on Maximus DAO. So make sure you do that. That is the Maximus 1,000. Let me make sure I've got this in the right place here. 1,000 hex giveaway. So that's an easy one to participate. So there we are, folks. Get into that. That is the way to go. There is the link there. What else? We've got a couple more comments in the chat there. I'm going to get to those while we're at it. Blobfish King and House there, the market. Tail 7 says our future is awesome. I think so. We're definitely easily the best ecosystem out there. Just absolutely killing it with innovation, that's for sure. Elite podcast, says Shane. Yep. Let's get into it, folks. If that is out there, I thought you guys would like that. I know everyone likes giveaways. So that was pretty cool from a Dipcatcher there. They've been doing several giveaways on the channel, which is pretty nice. Let's go to the Maximus there. I don't know if there's anything on there, but what I want to talk about was the fact that let's jump through this. Is that they have announced on their live stream today at the end that they are looking what their progress is with the code, the order, and the launching of the diamond hands for the perpetuals, the base, trio, lucky, and dicky. Those are those yield benefits on yield, pretty much. So we'll quickly play that video. I hope you guys enjoy this one. It's very short, so let's go.
They're very simple. With the perpetuals, you just buy Hex. You pick which pool or pools you want to join, and you mint your pool tokens 1-to-1. For team, you buy Maxi, you mint team 1-to-1, and then you can stake it. So with the perpetuals, we're also launching diamond hands, which will allow you to essentially stake your pool tokens and have the opportunity to earn from early unlock penalties. So very exciting. Dipcatcher just finished the Diamond Hands contract today. So we're going to be in talks with the auditor to hopefully have them just have a quick turnaround, and we'll launch that hopefully within the next couple days. And if you want to participate in that, you'll need perpetual tokens, and then you will need to stake those before the end of the mint period, which is 14 days away. So 14 days left in the launch phase for minting. Already over 100 million hex in the perpetual pools, and team is about 35 million. Maxi's been used to mint team. So we're on track. We're doing good. I think it's going to get crazy these last 2 weeks.
All right, so that was the update. So the code's been done today by Dipcatcher live on stream. And, of course, the audits and launch are coming up in the next couple of days. Of course, it has to be launched before the end of the perpetuals because that people have to put their perpetual tokens in there. So it's going to be fun to see that. Very excited indeed. All right, so cool. That is the update from them. Now we're going to jump over to Power City. We're going to jump over here. So obviously Power City hasn't got any working product yet because they're waiting for Pulsechain. I'm hoping that they might end up doing the Power City Flex product later in the year on the ETH chain. That would be pretty cool. It's going to be a variation on the Maximus team with different hex staking pools on different various times. We'll see what happens in that space. There's a question mark there, just my speculation. But of course, at the moment, they published a new updated video with an app preview there of their Power City core. It looks like they've changed the UI quite a bit there. And of course, I'm going to play that as well. So it goes, this is where you stake your weight tokens to earn rewards in PLS for all our products launching within our ecosystem on Pulsechain. Revenue over inflation. I like that phrase there, revenue over inflation. That is really, really cool. So I like that. Obviously, earnings is so powerful, especially if you have really good, strong utility projects. And Power City's ecosystem has that compared to others, which are not in the same ballpark. They're not utility projects, and they can, it just flourishes in a completely different way when you sort of need to use something. It's more of an essential service than a want or a nice to have. This is where it begins. The future of DeFi is here. So I posted that video on the channel today. That was really cool update. So I'm going to play the video now. Let's go. All right, so that there is their latest app. You can see they used to have like 6 or 7 items on the menu on the left-hand side, and they've pretty much gone down to like 4. So it's been a nice streamlining there. I think that's a good move. So the simpler, the better you can do. So that looked really nice. And of course, I added my own music to their video, but that was the music I had at the end of the time. So cool. Let's get into it. We've got a couple other things here. Kate Z says, thanks for going over everything in the ecosystem. Very helpful. AZ, you're welcome. Trying to do my best in that space. And of course, we're all waiting for Pulsechain. So it's cool to have all these products and, either innovating on ETH chain or actually innovating and getting their products ready for Pulsechain. It does appear now that we are lucky that Pulsechain is kind of delayed. I know that a lot of people want to earn passive income, but the fact is that we need the market conditions to play out a little bit more. And of course, these teams, these leading utility teams, are going to be able to finish their products. That means we're going to have some really big beastie boys, as it were, launching on Pulsechain and have their products ready to go. So we could have all the engines running when Pulsechain launches. So it's kind of been a cool thing at this stage. Roth goes in house there. Woo! Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Blobfish King says, I was wondering if we should refrain from doing transactions with ETH during the merge. Well, you could probably do that there to be on the safe side, Blobfish King, but it does seem like the transactions have been going okay. I know they had some issues early on, but I think that's been operating pretty fine. It's going to happen a certain block height there, Blobfish King, so it should be okay. Is my estimation there. Z says super simple, great video clip. Yeah, it was pretty nice there from the Power City team. I just updated the music. That track was awesome. You made it? No, Tail 7, I didn't. It was just in the iMovie on Apple. iMovie is just a video editor. It's nice and simple. Just does nice simple things. So I like it. That's a really original style, says Tail 7. Nice. Yeah, it's not mine, unfortunately. Not mine there. But I do. I like to have the upbeat music when I play something, even if it's a little bit zany, like that one, a little bit zesty, as it were. So that is the Power City core. So that's cool to get something from them after all their partying in Las Vegas. They got back to doing some work. I'm just teasing. They're doing a great job, the Power City team. Hopefully no one's watching them for that little joke there, but that's the way it goes. All right, so what else we got? We got Coast at the moment. We're going to get into that, but first let's get into Hedron. We're going to come back to Coast in a minute, but let's see how we get on. So Maxi's doing pretty well, 2.14, but no big fireworks yet. We had a big fireworks earlier, but we're still waiting for that. Now Hedron, of course, Hedron there at 3,881 just cooled off, but it's actually cooled off at a decent level there. I think, like I say, people that have got up here should be fairly happy that it only went down to here, 3,100 and bounced back. That's probably proving well. No, obviously, the big November fortnight payday and onwards is still coming, and that is about 2 months away exactly from now. So very cool. We'll wait for that. All right, cool. That is Hedron, and of course, Wookie is the Hedron Maxi. So is that what you said earlier, Wookie? I got to make sure I get the words right there. Otherwise, Wookie will say Wookie. Woohoo, King Hedron. It says Wookie, King Hedron. Sorry, I rephrased that. And of course, we've got Icosa there at $1.24, which is a little bit higher. So your little Icosa divs that you're getting from staking Hedron, Icosa, and of course, Watts going up all the time. So very cool. Now, I'm not going to be covering Icosa and Hedron today, but I might cover that tomorrow. Let's jump over to we're going to jump straight to the airdrops because I want to talk about the weight token. That has been rocketing. And I wanted to know, let me know in the chat there if you have claimed your weight token, if you had any issue with either the DApp or with if you didn't use the DApp, but you used the Etherscan, you directly use Web3 to claim on the contract directly through using the right ability there. Let me know if you had any issues whatsoever. So we used to, at the beginning, we had a few people saying that DApp was a little bit weird. And I just wondered whether someone came into our Discord today and said that they had interacted and they wondering whether it was a scam, and apparently they had lost all their coins. I'm not sure what else they may have been interacting with, other things that may have done that. I have no idea what site they exactly went on to. Let me know in the chat if you've had any issues or whether you've seen any scam sites that have tried to mimic the weight token site or anything like that. Let me know in the chat there. But this is currently where the price is at the moment on the weight token, and we're currently at almost 1.2 cents. So it's pretty exciting. Now, obviously, the big news came out here that we're going to get a product update, not just any product update. Now they're going to go on Crypto Coffee, who's obviously outside Richard Hart and maybe Million Pulse guy, whatever his name's called. He came into our ecosystem from mostly Tron dApps. They're going to be on Crypto Coffee. So obviously the biggest YouTuber in our space. Outside Richard Hart, pretty much, and he's going to be on there tomorrow. Tomorrow's announcement will be on stream of Crypto Coffee. Updates on Weight version 2 DApp, new product announcement, and maybe talk some Hex and Pulsechain. Looking forward to the chat. Bring your questions to the live chat there. So that's going to be on Crypto Coffee there. So I'm going to post the link to that tweet there. That's Coast on Crypto Coffee. So there we are. Paste that one in there. So check that out. That is the link there. So check that one. Bam. So they're going to be doing a new announcement. So we're going to see what that really means. Hey, Property View in house. Great streaming from Hex Token as always. I appreciate Property View. Big shout out to you. hyped up for Power City, doing my sack soon. Yeah, at the moment, so Power City still is one of the utility projects, probably the top tier one there. That's still got a $1 per one sacrifice point, but they've also got the when they reach a certain target, they got some random draw as well for a number of people. So it's still going on the old Power City sacrifice. Hello, Christine. Christian's in the house. Hey, good to see Christian. Hello, as always. And Blobfish King in there. Used the DAP to claim weight token, but had no problems. Yes, be careful what site you go to. Yeah. So we do have on the Discord, we do have the links here. I've added a few links here. So we've got, let me have a look here. We got the weight token. This is where you can just paste your address in. So I'll post this up here. I was just concerned someone comes in. You know, we had a bit of people talking about we're not sure scam. Certainly been trading okay. I haven't really heard many stories. Then had someone come in today say that they had interacted, they claimed, and then they had all their tokens gone. So I'm not sure whether it was just the DAP or whether they went to a false phishing site or whether they had been on other sites that somehow they got scammed or whether they had a keylog or anything. You just don't know. But this one here, you can basically paste your address in the demo site, demooxweight.com. But once again, it's always good to go to the official sites here. So we've got the Coast site here, and of course they've got the oxweight.com is the site there. And let me just go. So that is where you can paste it without interacting to see whether you're in the database. The other thing, of course, is you can go to the Weight website and DAP, which is oxweight.com, and you can see that's the same as the one on Twitter here, oxweight.com. So that's the one there. So that opens up this one. This is the one that people are in. Oh, not that. Was it the right one? That's the wrong one there. Why did that come up there? Did I hit that one? Maybe I hit the wrong one. This is the weight site here. So you go to this one. It's oxweight.com. And then, of course, anything in a phishing site could be trickyly changed around, right? So that's why you got to be very careful. You can launch the DAP here. And the DAP here will open up this site. You've got to connect your wallet up there. You can obviously go to dark mode there. But you've got to check your wallet. And, of course, you can connect the wallet above. Then you've got to unlock the weight, which means it's got to go to Chainlink and then check that your wallet's part of the sacrifice database. I think that's what it's doing there. And step 3, claim the weight. Then you can actually mint your weight tokens, and it will let you know which ones you do. But apparently, this step here, the unlock, can take like a minute or so to connect, to check, and of course it takes a little while to do that. So that's the one way you can do it. So that is on app.oxweight.com. So let me know if you've claimed and this is what you use, just to let me know, because that's what's in here. Then we've got the weight contract here, which is the actual contract OXB5588, ends in E519F7. And of course, if you go to the contract here, that is this one here, OXB558. Ends in 519F7 there. So you can see that one there, F19, 519F7. So that's the weight contract that you can see the supply at the moment, 82. Now, obviously, if you're not going to use the DAP, here, you can actually use Web3. So you can connect your wallet and you can go to the right function here. You can connect your wallet to Web3. You hit that button first, and then you can scroll down. What function we have to use first? Check database. So you can paste your address in here to check the database, and of course that's going to connect. It's going to cost you probably about $2 at the moment to do that in terms of ETH. And then after that, you can go to read contract and scroll down here. Now you can use check to check your wallet in there, but you then have to go down to has checked, and that should change to true. Now, that's my understanding how that's going to work. And then, of course, after that, you can then go to. So after we've gone to where do we go to? Checked. You can go to has checked. That should change to true. And then, of course, mintable or weight. You should be able to see which of the 8 sacrifices have you got tokens that you can actually mint. Then you can go back to the right contract and then make sure that you're connected, and then mint all your unclaimed weight tokens. I think is the one we're going to mint all weight. So you can mint all the weight, or you can mint the particular sacrifice weight that you want. Like you have to use 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I believe is the number you have to use there for that. So that's kind of cool. Let me know if that's my understanding of how to do that. So cool. That's obviously a little bit easier than a website in some ways because you've got to make sure that your website's fine. But that's kind of looks like it's okay. So yeah, just let me know if you have claimed your weight, you had any issues in the chat there, because obviously we want people to be safe, right, with their wallets. So definitely let us know. So all those sites are in here at the moment. So got those three, and of course I've added RH Max's video, how to claim weight on Etherscan, and that's got a timestamp as well. So that will go to RH Max's video. He's covered weight in a lot more depth. Weight token contract walkthrough, free claim, midnight bonus, and timekeeper. So that's a good video, and I've got the timestamp in there at the moment. So that will start off with this connecting via Web3 directly to the contract, and so forth. It looks like it's got one of the devs there from Coast there, Stoic Seal there. So hopefully that's going to wrap that up, make it a bit easier for people. Yeah, just because someone came in and said that they had lost all their assets. So I don't know exactly why that happened, but let us know. We want safety, obviously, overall. All right, cool. So that is some of the stuff there. Let me jump out of there. At the moment, of course, the weight token is rallying almost up to 1.2 cents there. So looking really good. And, of course, bounced off 0.5% there. New product launch coming. And, of course, what's this price going to do in the next 24 hours sort of thing. Could get quite the pump on there at the moment. So let's see how we get on. Let us know in the chat what your experience has been like, to be honest. Resolute says, cheers for the coverage. Have a great stream, says Resolute. Hey, welcome. Hey, thanks for that, Resolute Coast. Mego Art in the house there. Good morning from Copenhagen. Hey, good to see you, Mego Art. Very, very cool. Yeah, so that is pretty much that on the weight token. So it's moving up pretty nicely. Obviously, you can watch Crypto Copies tomorrow. As I said, that is pretty much that is the link. I think I posted the link earlier, so that's cool. All right. Yeah, some exciting stuff happening. Diamond Hands, new product from Coast. Market price is pumping. Power City moving forward with their dApps. Now, we haven't seen anything from Liquid Loans. Boy, oh boy, they've definitely taken their time. We had the Sacrifice bounces out, so they're closed. So if you haven't been to the Sacrifices bounces for Liquid Loans, they are now closed now. So they closed on 31st of August. So they're finalized now. So these are the final results for Liquid Loans. If you haven't checked that, I'll post that link in the video description there. So cool. And that is the link there at the moment. So cool, you can check that. Now, obviously, this is closed, but we're waiting for their dApp. And, of course, we've played their dApp on this channel. So hopefully we'll be able to play with that on the Pulsechain testnet soon. So looking forward to that. So very cool. And they're definitely, what's it now, the 13th? So they're like 2 weeks behind at least on releasing that to the public. So that thing's going to be gold-plated by the time we get to it, which is probably not a bad thing, right? Probably not a bad thing there. All right, cool. Now, if you haven't gone to our Discord, hit the link in the video description to join up. That'd be very, very cool. And, of course, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and hit the bell to this channel at the moment as well. Cool. All right, so that is kind of the highlights at the moment. Let's go back into the rest of the charts and pull up the BNB memes. We're going to have a quick look at Pulse Dodge too while we're here. Pulse Dodge currently at $3.07 and has actually dropped down to $2.85 after we did our first live stream today. But that is a green plane, so we're going to switch the plane to green. We're waiting for their dual token system. I think it's going to have a bit of different gamification than your standard staking, so we're looking forward to that as well. So lots happening, man. Lots happening. So yeah, I think that Maxi obviously looking good. The chart, weight token looking good at the moment, and of course we've got the BNB memes. We're going to quickly jump to those. Pulse Dodge, they were doing really well yesterday. The BNB coins their Pulse Dodge after their AMA, so it's at after 0.5% there, and of course P33 at 11 cents, and we've got Internet Money. Oh, Internet Money there. That's getting sold off a bit there. Look at the big volume candle. And, of course, we're down to 6,500 on Internet Money there. So they had a nice rally, just a bit of a sell-off there, almost back down where it was. So not looking too good there. Might need to do a few more live streams there, KG, to get the troops going there. Now, I have encouraged Internet Money. Obviously, they're doing amazing stuff around the Internet Money wallet, which is a different project, of course, part of their their suite of products though coming on Pulsechain. But yeah, probably need to keep up a bit more social media. They did have a blast at Las Vegas. KG did a video about his experience. It looked really, really amazing. So big shout out KG for that. All right, let's have a look at the wildcards. And of course, we had a breakout earlier, didn't we? Oh, wow. Look at this. So yeah. That's how it's rolling at the moment. PZN there. This is looking pretty good there. Shame I've got this on the scheme I've got there. But nice. Should I go to the daily? Yeah, I'll just keep it on the daily there. So I said to here, we're looking at a breakout at 7/10 of a penny. It was looking good for a breakout. Yeah, we had the nice upward trend there with higher lows and, of course, a breakout. We're now at 1 cent. 1 cent for PZN. So congratulations to Pulse Beta, Stressful Struggle, and others out there that are out in this one. That has moved up really nicely. We are just entering the RSI into overbought territory, but it's early days on that. Could stay up there for a while. And yeah, looking good. 1 cent. Congratulations. Yeah, we'll watch that. So we've got a couple of charts. Maxi looking good. PZN looking good. Weight token looking good. And of course, Dodeca there has managed to make a bit of comeback. But this is a lot more volatile, this one. And I'm expecting that to slowly spiral down over time. At the moment, holding up pretty well. Still early days, though. Look, hasn't been around for long. So we'll see how it gets on after 30 days, 60 days, that kind of period. At the moment, it's a 53 cents. And I think people are enjoying that too. So good luck to them. And they're getting paid in Hex. If you hold 369 Dodeca, you're getting paid Hex as people trade that token. All right, the more token, Trayvon's one. Obviously, Conrad Zen is broken up to 1 cent, but the more token there down to $1.05. Whoa. So we started off 85 cents, went up to $1.38, and we're now down at $1.05 there. So we'll see where this decides to land at the moment. So that's the old more token there from Trayvon. That's pretty much it. Where we are for the charts. Not too bad. And of course, the market at the moment holding up pretty well. BTC at 22,428. Ethereum still not really firing. Has gone up, obviously, but not really firing like we might expect with the ETH merge coming up. Obviously, some people talking about sell-off at the end, but we really haven't got that much higher. Hey, maybe it just sells off from this low price move. So, or does it decide to say that, hey, we're not really going to fire before the merge? We go up a little bit, but maybe we're going to fire after the merge. And maybe that's going to happen, something counterintuitive that people aren't expecting. But you and I both know we've got the inflation data coming out on the 15th. And it's actually I think it's the 15th, yeah. And of course, it's 14th? Yeah, I think 14th, 15th. So that's coming out. And then we've got the interest rate rise on the 21st. So the macro financial environment not too hot coming up after the ETH merge. So it's something to take into account. So maybe it may not fire. We will see whether crypto decides to defy the financial markets for a little while. It's going to be fun to see. All right, so cool. That is where the market is. That's where our news is. And of course, here we are at the moment. We've got Hex at 3.99 cents, almost 4 cents there. Groundhog's Day for Hex at the moment. But of course, Richard Hart's talked about some very big prices potentially in the future. We will see. I have a few ideas of how that might play out. But not the stuff that I'm putting on YouTube. We got Maxi there at 8.6 cents on Maxi. And of course, we got Hedge on there at 3,800. And of course, $1.24 on Icosa, looking pretty good. So yeah, Maxi looking good. Weight token looking good. PZN looking good. And I think that in the near future, we could see Pulse Dodge Coin doing pretty well as well once the dual token system comes in. So a few plays there. Then, of course, cycle back into Hedron. I expect to see Hedron maybe pick up. Maybe it's got a little bit of a gap now, but maybe pick up in October is my guess there. But I could do it earlier, but we have a bit of financial volatility in between that point as well as 2 month gap from now to big paydays amounts. So we'll see. A whale might decide to change that all around, of course. This is the way it goes. All right, so cool. Great to see everybody in the chat, by the way. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the chat there if you've actually claimed Weight Token, if you've had any issues or whether it's been perfectly fine. I think the only one who's confirmed that so far has been, was it Blobfish King? Let me just jump here. Was it Brennan? Can't remember now. So look here, scrolling back down again. Actually, I missed that comment. Oh, yeah, it was Blobfish King there. Used the DApp to claim white token, but had no problems. Yes, be careful what site you go to. Yeah, cool. All right, cool. That is pretty much where we're at this stage. How we're doing for time? 6:10, not too bad. 6:10 in the evening here on Tuesday, the 13th of September, well in the future. I see what time it is in London at the moment. It's currently 7:10 in the morning, so people just waiting up in the UK there. And of course, what else? We've got in New York, it's this morning, 2 o'clock in the morning at the moment on Tuesday. Los Angeles is still on Monday. Can you believe it? It's 11:10 in the evening. They've got 50 minutes to go before they jump over into Tuesday there. I'm very excited. All right, cool. Let me just, I've got a couple of things there. Close that out. That's where we're at the stage. Let me know in the chat there if you've seen anything exciting out there in crypto that's been pretty cool in our ecosystem. Obviously, the big news there, the diamond hand staking coming from perpetuals has really, really jump-started things as well. We're going to quickly check on, I wasn't going to do this, but we're going to quickly check on the Hedron deployer because I wanted to see whether they've been doing anything else. They've done a couple of things. They've burnt 1 million maxi. They have put Hex and Hedron into the liquidity pools twice. And of course, something like $750,000 or more has been moved out to Coinbase. So it's definitely been active. It's not going to be sitting around doing nothing. So that's cool. We've got the Hedron there at 2.3 trillion, still looking there. 2.8 million USD there, still there. Hex at 69 million, still the same. And of course, high stable there at 1 million, still the same there. But of course, this is the one we're going to be watching very closely, the 27 million maxi. What will that do with the maxi? And of course, what will it do with the Hex it's got as well? Obviously, it's using it for liquidity as well, but what will it do? We will find out. It's going to be fun to see that. At the moment, of course, let's go to the holders here on the Maximus contract. Just looping this back round. We have hit 36 million maxi in the team wallet. It is like a boss there. 12.3% of all maxi is now in the team wallet. And of course, at the end, that's going to be allocated 20% to the burn. And of course, that's about, I think it's total, including the Hedron deployers, 1 million burn is about 2.8%, somewhere in that ballpark of the supplies being burnt. But I also consider the 369 reward pool off the market as well, and that's 30%. So that's going to be pretty epic, and 50% goes to the mystery box. But now we've got two staking pools, the team token, and of course the diamond hands that both are seeking. It's a bit like little baby birds that are looking to its mother for food. Both of them are now looking for airdrops. So it's going to be fun to see. And will the mystery box be that agency of benevolence that will be giving out good gifts, starting off with potentially Maximus and team. And of course, it's going to be fun. Now, obviously, you don't actually have to wait for 3 years, 7 years, or 10 years to get some of those rewards as diamond and stakers, because the team, the base token is 1 year, and it means that you can actually diamond hand the base token and collect some of those potential airdrops that may come there, as well as any early end stakes that happen in the base cycle, because it's cycling it around every year. It restakes on a perpetual basis. It's got a week at the end of the year that has a mint and redemption phase, and you can collect your rewards. So we're going to be watching that, see whether that influences the base outcome as people think more about that and collect there on an annual basis. It's going to be fun to see. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff happening. And of course, we've got pretty much just under 2 weeks to go to see what happens here with the Maximus and the perpetuals, stuff like that. There's so much going on. It really is going to be cool. And of course, maybe that will snap us out. Eventually, we'll snap out of Groundhog's Day on the Hex chart, which is sitting around 4 cents, just like forever at the moment. And I know when Hex decides to go on that next big run, it's going to be truly glorious, I'm sure. And of course, Richard in his keynote speech kind of hinted at a little bit of that about where he thought the Hex price might go. Obviously, it wasn't a financial advice, but that it might surprise people. And I have a few theories about that myself. So it's going to be cool. Obviously, in terms of the perpetuals, maybe it's not going to be until the 26th, 27th of this month that we actually see some people, and we see a lot of FOMO into those perpetuals like we're expecting to, that we get a certain amount of market buying onto Hex. So we're going to have to wait and see how long it takes to get ourselves out of Groundhog's Day here on the Hex chart, waking up at 4 cents just about every day, give or take a couple of tenths of cents there either side. All right, cool. That's where we're at the moment. And of course, I'm expecting to see more performance from the Maximus premium as well, at least over this minting period and maybe beyond that, as we see how much Maxi ends up going in. At the moment, it's just unbelievable the amount of Maxi that's gone in this contract, 36 million already, and we're only getting early. We've seen 5 large holders in the Million Club go into the team so far. That's 5. And of course, so we've got a lot more that could do. Let me just pull up this chart for that. Oh, that's not the one I wanted to bring up there. Let me pull up the chart on the old Zoe and pull up that Maximus again. So yeah, let's go to the Maxi holders. So we've got 50 that were in the Million Club. This is back on the 10th of September. We got 45.5 Million Club, but it's this one here. This big Million Club that controlled 29.6% of the Maxi, and already we've seen 5 of them move, and that's pretty outstanding. We've seen these 3 wallets move on the Million Club, and now today in day 8 we saw 2 millions move as well since this point, and it's been pretty awesome. So these 2 wallets here in the 2 Million Club. So it's gonna be fun to see this. We're going to see what else these guys do in terms of the 3 Million Club here. And of course, this one with 4.4 million, will that do anything? We're going to find out. And ultimately, the hedge fund deployer at the top there, number 2. So it's going to be fun to see. Look, back here, there was 27 million in there. Now there's 36 million. So when we took the snapshot on the 10th there was 27 million. Now it's 36 million. It's some crazy stuff happening right there. So these 2 big whales here made that possible too. So very nice. All right, but it's not just them, right? We've had lots of people in the 100,000 club have gone there. Have we got the 100,000 club yet? Yeah, a lot of people. We've had a lot of movers in the 100,000 club go in. There's 270 people in that. And of course, this doesn't include a few people that have bought their positions. This was a snapshot at the time of owners. So we've had 1 or 2 people at least buy their positions in the larger clubs, and they've just gone straight to team with that. So it's going to be fun, but this is the one that's really going to make a big difference, and the hedge fund deployer too. We'll see where we get very dramatic changes in the Maxi supply. It's going to be, because that's going to really flow into this Maxi premium here, this 2.14, especially as we get closer and closer. 2 weeks to go, man. It's insane. And we've got the Diamond Hands launch coming in a couple of days' time. I don't know how long. Will it be 3 or 4 days? I don't know. It depends on how long the order takes to check it. Let's say, for argument's sake, let's say 4 or 5 days from now. That's going to be, fun to see. There's plenty of time for people to put make decisions and put their perpetuals into Diamond Hands if they want to get those extra rewards, which I think may be very much, quite lucrative with the airdrops. Could be very lucrative indeed. All right, cool. And you always know that you're going to have some of those penalties coming as well, where people emergency instate their Diamond Hands because of different reasons, right? Could be because of a bull market or a bear market. Could be because of emergencies in life. Things have changed. Things can change rapidly, so you just never know. Yep, cool. That's pretty much where we're at there. It's going to be fun times. And then tomorrow, of course, the weight token. We're going to get that new product launch. And this is what we've really been waiting for. I think is probably, in some ways, the Coast launch here could be more important than the weight token itself. So we'll find out whatever they've got in store for that. It's apparently about onboarding, and it's going to help onboarding on Pulsechain. So we like stuff like that. Obviously, the bigger Pulsechain is, the better. And the fact that Pulsechain's been delayed has played in very well for all the projects, because let's just say frank, a lot of them just weren't ready. A lot of these big alpha utility projects, none of them were really ready for that. So now it looks like all of them are getting much closer. And so it's going to be really cool. Internet Money, they were talking about 7 or 8 months, and of course the months have gone by now, so they're getting closer and closer and closer to a finishing product. Imagine by the time Pulsechain launches, they should be perfectly fine. Power City with the suite of projects also going to do much better. So let's actually have a quick review of the Power City projects, because they're going to be much better And of course, even though it, a lot of people wanted to, want the passive income, and I understand that we do polls on this channel, and we have 60% of people saying they want passive income or more. Really is the majority of people that not just wanting to trade there. So this is the Power City core. It's pretty much still intact. I think is the lead ones here. So obviously they got the accelerator yield compounder, the amplifier loan booster, and of course the transformer. These are really powerful. These particular ones are powerful utility projects in the ecosystem. We're going to push the fees through. And of course, if you're staking your weight token, you're going to get PLS back. And of course, PLS is going to be in huge demand. I think people are going to be shocked at the demand there. And it's going to be epic to see. Remember, 25% of all the fees, all the transaction fees get burnt on PLS. So it's going to be, helping to get deflation in the chain. All the pulses at the beginning. So it's going to be pretty huge. Now, if you exclude the origin sacrifice accounts, then it's only going to be, and if you exclude if you include the liquidity pools, we'll keep that separate. But if you take the public supply is going to be about 12.5 trillion pulse. And then if you add the potential AMM bot harvesting, you're talking about 1 to 3 trillion, probably on the upper end of that is my guess. So you're talking, maybe about 15.5 trillion. That's what you've really got to worry about. And of course, then you got fee burn as well. Obviously, the fee burn is going to apply to the origin sacrifice account stuff, but it's going to be pretty epic to see that burn out. And ultimately, the liquidity in the pools could be a lot smaller than people think, especially when you've got so many people coming in. So I think that's going to make even this mechanism here with the transformer cross-chain bridge here. So basically, all these EVMs, and then of course automating swapping, massive amount of fees coming in here. Accelerated yield compounder, and then the loan amplifier as well. Really going to help people automate DeFi and get the maximum returns, the compound returns that they want to get. In addition to that, of course, they're going to have Pixel Park. They're going to have their, competing with Mintra and others. So it's going to be a real battle. I call it an oligopoly. We're going to have an oligopoly in the NFT marketplace. So we're going to have, probably 3 or 4, maybe 5 big NFT houses that are native to Pulsechain launching. It's going to be really, really competitive between these for attention. So it's going to bode well there. And yeah, all the fees from all these flowing in to the core, and of course getting paid in PLS. People are going to be wanting that. This will be one of the better engines for making Pulse. There are other engines for making Pulse. Obviously, Instant Money is going to have swapping fees. That's going to go paid out in Pulse if you've got the Internet Money token. So these are some of the key utilities that are going to drive it, to drive the Pulse to you. There'll be a lot of other dApps out there, but really they're not utilities. So it's hard for them to sustain those. So that's why a lot of those projects will probably end up failing, or at least struggling to perform relative to these big juggernauts they're going to be launching. So it's going to be fun to see that. And obviously you got liquid loans and things like that are paying out as well. Obviously fiat, you'll be able to deposit and you'll be able to earn, more PLS that way too. So there are a number of leading dApps that are going to do that. And of course, they've all got the time to finish their products now, which is the ultimate thing. Everything launching, it's going to be so cool. All right, so very nice on that one. But at the moment, weight token, 1.22 cents. How high is this going to go before the launch? It looks like the FOMO is on, and we know what FOMO can be like in the old weight token. It's going to be pretty crazy. This thing could go up multiple cents overnight. By the time Crypto Coffee's video comes out, you know how big his audience is. He's also ranked in the YouTube algorithm, by the way. So in other words, he's got a particular position in the algorithm where if he puts a video out, not only has he got a big channel, but he gets high engagement. And of course, his video has been picked up since January. So it's going to be pretty big. It could get really big amount of people getting attracted to the weight token there. Hey, we've got Francis in the house there. Hello, Francis. Good to see you. Jin H in there. PK. Any thoughts about weight? Yeah, well, at the moment, it looks good. As long as people, I just had one person come into the Discord talking about they had issues, think they had got scammed or something, but I'm not sure if it was to do with the weight token. I know that there's probably scammers out there, and that's just my question to you is if you have claimed, have you had any issues? Have you seen any false sites? Let us know in the chat because I haven't heard of any. I know that people had a few issues at the beginning with the Oracle checker. I think it's going to chain link there. But other than that, apparently you're just supposed to wait a little bit and then it will come through. So let us know. Weight token could do very well there, Jin. I didn't expect it to move so early, but then of course I wasn't aware that the price announcement, the new product was coming up, and of course they just announced it yesterday. The product was coming out. We knew it was coming, but it's coming, coming now. So the market's reacting to that. Not many people have claimed though, in terms of the total amount of weight. So there's only a little bit of weight there. What's the 80 million weight or 82 million? And I'm expecting about 1.2 billion that's accrued at the moment. So it doesn't seem a lot from that point of view. UFO says, did I miss the weight update? You kind of did. We were kind of talking about it now too, though, UFO. Refined and House there. Hey, Refined, good to see you. Yeah, all I was saying, UFO, was that Coast, which is the maker of weight, is going to be on Crypto Coffee tomorrow. I think the link's back up earlier in the live stream there. Jin Hack says PLS6 or PLS, which one is a better long-term play if it comes to percentage of gain? Well, how long are you talking about, Jin? How long are you talking about? You're talking about long-term? Then I actually think PLS6 might actually slightly outperform on the buy and burn there. But of course, people are after this very different drivers for both of them. But if you're talking about shorter-term timeframes, then PLS without a doubt. It's straight off the gate, and there's so many more fundamentals for Pulse out of the gate there. But the buy and burn for PulseX is going to play out a bit later in the piece, in my view. So both of them are going to be outstanding, though. Gen X, both of them will be absolutely outstanding. UFO says, still calling 10X from 009 yesterday. Just wait, says UFO. I like how you're seeing now. I think that's probably not unreasonable. UFO, especially after Crypto Coffee published that every cat and their dog will be out there buying stuff. Not that people are cats and dogs, but you get my point. Francis in the house there, woohoo! Weight is going to 5 to 8 cents. Yeah, that's slightly more modest, but I could see a 10X in here. Depending on what the announcement is, of course. Have claimed weight tokens, says Jin H, 100% safe. Very nice. That's good to hear. And James Bond says, oh yeah, weight pump. That says James Bond. Indeed. It looks like it's just getting started. Obviously not investment advice, but hey, we'll see. The announcement's big, then it could be huge. All right, cool. I know that they're Australian team, right? So the Coast is an Australian team. They sound very, very good in one or two of the interviews I've seen. But we'll see what they're like on Crypto Coffee there. Obviously, it's going to be blow up after Crypto Coffee covers it, so it should be fun. James says, hi, Superman, everybody. Good to see James in the house. Let's actually go back, and in case you missed the Coast one there, we're going to go back into Coast, and this is on their website. They're going to be on tomorrow's announcement. They're going to be on Crypto Coffee there. Developer of Coast reveals his plan to pump Pulsechain. We love that. So that's not so surprised. And of course, tomorrow's announcements will be on stream with Crypto Coffee. Updates on Wake version 2 DApp, new product announcement. So it's going to be pretty interesting. Maybe talk some Hex and Pulsechain. Look forward to the chat and bring your questions. So that's going to be pretty cool. We'll go to the link there, and I'll post that link there as well. So cool. That is the link. Bam. So you can save that to your favorites, hit the notification bell, and you'll be able to see that. Already got 10 people waiting for that. It's going to be fun to see. Okay. Am I late? Am I late? I don't know. Here we are. So that's fun. All right. So it's going to be pretty cool. We'll wait and see what happens there. The people front running that already. People front running the Crypto Coffee YouTube channel. Now, there's not many channels that going to make the price pump. And product launch. You got product launch in your on Crypto Coffee's channel. It's not many. It's just the way it goes. All right, cool. Looking good there. Like I say, I think we've got some good things happening at the moment. I think Maxi is looking pretty good. Maxi's kind of a slow burn at the moment on the way up. We've got what else going to say? We've got so that one's looking good. Weight token looking good at the moment. We've got the wildcards. We've got PZN looking good on the wildcard. That's had a breakout. That's pretty clear. And of course, we talked about that before it happened. Said that it looked very imminent to breakout, and it broke out. So that's cool. Dodeca is a wild card, so it's doing better than expected at the moment, but it is only brand new, and it's going to have the same issues that a lot of those tokens do. And of course, that's it. So yeah, there's at least three of them firing at the moment in our charts that we're covering. And Pulsechain's not even launched yet. Can you believe it? Pulsechain's not even launched, but we're having fun here anyway. All right, cool. Let us get up to how we've done. We're done up to an hour. Not too bad. What else there? Just to make sure, remember, nothing on this channel is investment advice. It's just me covering these videos and my opinions. but do your own investment due diligence. Jin H says, I hope the weight team comes out with the staking to get rewarded with all 8 projects. That would be moonshot 20 cents, says Jin H. If Crypto Copy is endorsing weight, then don't wait by now. Yeah, that's some of the, that's what I'm talking about. That's kind of some of the thing that I will buy more weight, says Jin H. You know, I got a shell PZN. Look at that chart, guys. Dang, haters wrecked. Stressful Struggle. I talked about you earlier. Stressful Struggle. With the PZN, I said congratulations to Pulse Beta and Stressful Struggle. You guys have been faithful to this project. You got the nice uptrend going. You got the breakout at the 7/10 of a penny. You're up to 1 cent at the moment. I can see this keep going up, to be honest. It is just entered the RSI of overbought, but you know, you and I both know it could stay up there for a few days, looking pretty nice here. Let's see if it gets up to I don't know, 2.2 cents, something like that. Let's see how we get on there. Let me know your price prediction there, Stressful Struggle. Like a boss. Weight and PZN are killing it, bro. Thanks, Superman. You're welcome, Stressful Struggle. Cool. What's that? Greg says all these new crap coins, the reason Hex is stagnant and they take buy pressure away from Hex. I don't understand why Hex community support them. Okay, so these ones are wildcards, so that's why I've added them, Greg. People ask me for them. But in any case, we cover the charts that so the Hex charts here, these are pure derivatives of Hex, and they actually help Hex take the circulating supply off because they take Hex off that would otherwise not be, for the most part, that otherwise would not be staked. And so they're actually increasing the yield potential on these on the Hex stakes there with more efficient gas and of course a bigger pays better bonuses and of course liquidity options as well and optionality as well in the ownership token. So they're all doing pretty well. Now, obviously there's a bit of a play off there between the two, but I think Maxi's probably a more pure play. But HSI is going through hedge on it, been spectacular. I think we're talking over 600 million Hex has gone through the HSIs. That's really awesome. A vast majority of it getting staked out a very long time. And of course, Maxi doing pretty well also. Obviously heading up to, if we include short perpetual staking, then we're talking about up to 400 million Maxi. So we're talking $1 billion between these two products have taken Hex off the market that otherwise is a vast majority that probably wouldn't have gone into the markets and been held liquid as people speculate. So that's going to be fun. Obviously, a lot of people holding off for the Hearts wallet, Pulsechain, things like that. So there's a few cool things happening there. Now, obviously, Maxi's also looking to try and get another 500 million over the next 2 weeks. Let's see how we get on. But imagine that, up to $1.5 billion going through these two products alone. That's really, really awesome. So those are pure derivative plays. Sure, everything else here is speculating in crypto, but that's what a lot of people do. Now, obviously on this channel we take the position of that you should be this is a Richard Hart Maxi channel in the sense that you should be have the bulk of your stuff in the Richard Hart products because they're the ones that are going to kill do the amazing price. But then people have a little bit of a bag speculating in some of these things, which is up to them what they want to do, right? But of course people are free to do what they want. Welcome to crypto. That's pretty much the way it goes. Some of these, of course, like the weight token is really, I guess, associated with Pulsechain rather than Hex. So obviously speculating on Pulsechain, waiting for Pulsechain is kind of a fun thing to do before Pulsechain. So it kind of fits in that point of view. Pulse Dodge Coin, also just another meme, obviously speculative money. And it could go into Hex. Quite a bit of stuff has gone to Hex from there. A lot of people that got Pulse Dodge Coin for free have ended up putting that into Hex. And of course, the founder goes to them, you sell off, you get wrecked, plebs. And of course, a lot of it's also the last time it got wrecked by the Hedron derivative, which is a derivative of Hex, right? So they also got wrecked there. So there's a bit of give and take, as you can see in these. Obviously, in BNB is pretty abstract. I don't think any of the BNB coins, they're all pretty abstract ones. So I agree with you on those ones. None of those are really directly benefiting either Pulsechain or Hex system. They will be extra tokens. It's not completely true. There will be extra tokens on Pulsechain, but because they're all getting airdrop. But apart from that, there's not a lot of direct value into Hex itself. PZN, of course, is it's these all these coins are people that have asked for these coins, and of course these are by people in our community, Pulsechain Hex community, that have done their own tokens, and they're more a bit of a fun to watch in my view. Obviously, some people are making money out of them. But really, for me, they're just more a fun thing. Now, we're going to have a fourth one in here. We'll probably have Silver Tooths when he comes out with his. And we'll just be looking at these for fun rather than anything else. Now, if you can make money out of them, good luck to you. That's kind of an overview there. Appreciate the comments though, there, Greg and Katie in house there. Hex T-share rate going up in the get couple of days, or just went up 3%. So yeah, we've probably got more OG stakes coming out, KD. So probably will get another bump or two. Bloffish King says, I sacrificed from my staker at wallet. I still need to claim my weight from there, but I'm putting it off because the Gnosis state is a pain to use. And a Jin HS big pumps and crap, crap coins, if any, really. More hex for me. Yeah, so there's quite a few people doing that too. Obviously, they're making profits from there and putting it straight back into the Richard Hart ecosystem coins. So that happens too. A Jin HS, honestly, I don't think anyone is a crap coin that's helping Pulsechain or Hex. Yeah, and I think I've tried to cover that in my review just now. Human Healer says, what's the weight token website, please? So you can find those in the Discord. The Discord here has all the websites, the links here under new tokens. And you can find all the links here for the weight here, including RH Max video on how to claim. He's talking to the dev there. You can either claim directly. If you use this, you can claim directly on Etherscan, connecting to Web3 and a claim. Obviously, you've got to follow the process there. Or you can just go through the dApp there, which is this one here. So up to you what you want to do. This is the demo site. If you don't want to connect your wallet, just check what your claim is. You can paste your address into the top one there. So that's where it is on the new token links. Hopefully that helps there, Human Healer. JH says Silvertooth 5 tokens. Excited for that, says JH. Yeah, I think that'll be a bit of fun. He's giving them away for free. So we'll see what happens there. Pretty much people can mint a token. As soon as someone sets up a liquidity pair, people can make money out of it, right? So it's just amazing how crypto does this. Papa B's B9 project sounds good. I haven't heard of that, GetHex. Papa B's B9, I haven't heard of that. That's good. Thanks for the heads up there. And I'm not even sure if that's on. Let me go down here to, is that up here? Is that even on the Pulsechain news? Let's see if that's on the Pulsechain. I guess it's not. B9. It'll be at the top, wouldn't it? So this is Pulsechain, of course. No B9 there. What else there? I don't know what Silvertooth one's called, actually. Is it Silver? No, it's not on there either. I guess it's not a Pulsechain one because they're launching on Ethereum, aren't they, first? Cool. All right, so that is that. So if you want to, this on the new token links here, we've got the Pulse Police. So apparently they've signed off the weight token. There is an audit for the weight token as well. So there's audit for that. What else? RH Max has done a lot of videos. Dave Fetters, with RH Max has done a few there. It's kind of focused on that one. Sometimes content creators end up focusing on some projects more than others, just the way it goes. Me, I prefer just Richard Hart tokens primarily. But, obviously there's so many other projects out there. You've still got to cover a certain amount of them. Pulsechain News, of course, has all the projects list there. The sacrifice projects at the moment are on hexpulse.info. And, of course, as I said, the top utility ones, they're the ones to go for. Now, the question you always ask yourself when you look at these projects is you say, well, am I going to outdo any of Richard Hart's projects? And, if we got 100 projects, that's unlikely, right? It's unlikely. And, therefore, out of those ones, maybe a bit of diversification might be the best utility ones. A lot of these other projects are highly speculative, and I can just tell you straight away they're not going to get close to outperforming any of the Richard Hart tokens. So it's just the way it goes. But in any case, out of these ones, obviously Power City is the top utility one here. We do have other ones, Pulse LN, Chaos Verse there, although we have had nothing about these ones, these two. But so Power City is easily the best out of all these by a long shot. Texan token, of course, with Rags and the Crypto Heartbeat. That's an endowment token, so it's a little different in the category. Obviously, we've had Pulse Unity. I think possibly the founder in the chat there for a while, and we covered that the other day, and so forth. So there's new projects there. Pulse Starter actually looks interesting. Obviously, I don't know if it deserves it. Let me rephrase that. Don't know if it needs a higher level of capital. But it's probably going to be useful for people wanting to start their own Pulse projects on Pulsechain. It will sort of set up the token contract for you. I'm not sure what the flexibility on the code is, but you can see there's a few people have gone into it from that one. But it's kind of a nice idea. I kind of like that idea. Let's see if Pulse Unity has finished up their website, fixed up their website that they had. Beating Heart of DeFi, running sacrifice time. Yeah, I think they added this here. This just it gives you an idea of what they're actually their product's about, because they didn't have that, I don't think, the first time I looked at it. So cool. All right, so that's where we are at the moment. Let's get into it. So everything's looking okay. Hex is very much in Groundhog's Day. That's pretty much where it is, stuck there. And of course, we do have some action though. PZen, and we have action on Weight Token at 1.2 cents. And of course, the Maxi is, I'm expecting that to appreciate over time. Obviously, not investment advice, of course, but we are seeing massive amount of burn go through there on there. It's not massive amount of burn, massive amount of Maxi transferred into the team token is what I meant to say on that one. Let me jump over here. Hey, we've got 42 people in the house. Good to see everybody. Let me just close out there. GetHex says he hasn't even given too much info as yet, but around security. Okay, cool. Look forward to that one. I know Pub does good stuff around security. I don't necessarily follow him, but he does a good job around that, and he really does care about the community being safe. James Bond said, had a feeling Weight was a profitable sleeper. Yeah, we were just waiting for it to move because it's waiting for Pulsechain. But now that they've got that product announcement, they're going to go crypto coffee. That's awakened the beast, as it were. James, everyone bring out coins now. Crazy, says James. Yeah, that's true. I agree with that. That's why I said to you, most of the coins, they're not going to do well. If the market crashes, then they're all going down. So you've got to be in the golden products, regardless whether it's a bear market or a bull market. Just remember that. I wouldn't keep your tokens and your wealth into too many risky assets there, because they're going to go as soon as if the market decides to do a big collapse, those things are going down fast. Just remember that. So you've got to really have the best quality assets, just like you do if you're in the stock market. You have to think about what's going to be better assets in a not just a bear market, but a financial collapse, kind of the worst case scenario. Jin H says, I just swapped all my airdrops to Hex 2. Nice one there, Blobfish King. And JH, so that's what I'm talking about. So people do that, right? People do that. JH says they also have sacrifice phase ongoing at the moment, but I personally want too many sacrifices here. Well, we were covering sacrifices for the utility projects mostly on this channel. We have covered one or two other more speculative plays, but apart from that, it is better to, you need to think about that. Smash Those Likes says KD. Papa B is a legend, says Human Healer. He definitely really does care about people and their security. So if you don't know that, go watch him and he'll let you know about it. Hex, Pulse, and Pulse Hex will outperform most, in my humble opinion. Absolutely. It's kind of like a no-brainer. The mechanisms for those tokens are just out of this planet, out of this world for the pump mentors. So you wait and see. It's going to be absolutely mind-blowing. Yep. But in the meantime, of course, we haven't got Pulsechain launched. It has been a long time, 1.2 years. So people, have been looking at other projects, and that's what we see happening. But for the most part, I think we're getting really good stuff coming into the space. You just got to be, keep your wits about you. Don't go into crappy projects. Do your due diligence, and of course, keep accumulating some Hex while the price is so low. Because just like in 2020, when the markets were down, Hex price started to move up against the grain. And of course, I have a feeling that might happen again. But of course, it will be too late over there once it happens, right? Dave Downer says, hi, everybody. Here for some hopium, says Dave. Hey, nice one, Dave. Yeah, I was just talking about the Hex price there, and I have a feeling that at some stage, I don't know the timing, but at some stage, it's going to go up and away. And of course, Richard's talked about that many times in the past. And the last update, little teaser that he gave, was in the PulseCon speech there. But once again, just my opinions, not financial advice, as Jen H says, to your own research, not financial advice. Yep. Hex Down Under with the Superman's in the house. Hey, good to see you. Hey, we just come up to an hour and 15. That was crazy. I hope you guys have had a good time there. Did you see RH's latest tweet? No, let's go check it out. Let's go check it out. I think tomorrow's going to be fun, though. We'll find out what happens with this coast and weight and everything. First phone call with Richard Hart that we almost didn't take. We have watched this. This came out the other day. This is he's actually a little bit late with that. It's been out for a while, that one. I'm pretty sure.
Both of these worlds, what really happens in human being?
Yeah, so that's been out for a little while. Only respond to this post if you want to be blocked. It shouldn't be most fake MetaMask wallet support, trust wallet scams, Coinbase wallet scams, and giveaway scams. Fake CZ accounts too. This is why I control, why I respond. Yeah. What else do we? Oh, what's he got here? To all the low IQ guys complaining about not being able to reply to my posts. That's pretty funny. All right, so yeah, that's been out for a little while. This one, this is it's been out for quite a few days, isn't it? I thought this one. Let me have a look here. 26. Oh, has it just come out? Okay. Let me just see whether it's got much music on it, because
Constantly,
irony of that request. Irony of who this man might be one day.
oh well.
all right, cool. Let's cue this in. Let's cue this video in. Let's cue it in. I think it's okay. I just had to check the music to make sure that it wasn't, going to copyright me. Stop streaming. Hey, there's Big Me. There's Big Superman. It's like big today. Let me jump into share screen, and bam. All right, let's go on the beginning of this one, and I'll try and full screen that.
We were pitched stories consistently, constantly. We're barraged with these things, right? And we had a friend, a colleague, a fellow storyteller who is a part of both of these worlds. That was that little dog in the Saturday morning cartoons. It's like, hey Spike, hey Spike, hey Spike, what are we gonna do today? Spike, hey Spike, hey Spike, right? Is that like friendly, pest that's there always by your side? And he was this way with the story. It was like, hey Patrick, you really need to take this call. Hey Patrick, you really need to take this call. And Patrick was always going, yeah, I'm a little busy. Yeah, I'll get to it. But then he said, okay, fine. Create a discovery call, and we'll give this guy 45 minutes of our time to see if it is really what you say this is.
The irony of that request.
Yeah, well, the irony is that we are very intentional in our storytelling approach and the research that we do, the story finding. Like, really, the work of creating a compelling story, and it really happens in pre-production. All of that work on the front side that nobody really wants to do because it's the work of film and the work of storytelling. And we went into this call blind, and that is so unlike us. But it was almost at that edge of exasperation where you're like, okay, fine, we'll do it.
The irony of who this man might be one day.
Oh, well, yeah. So, yeah. So, turns out the guy on the other end is not only the most enigmatic, character in the truest sense of the word, but he could potentially become the world's first modern-day trillionaire, the world's richest human being. And that is, he personally could be worth more than Apple.
So yeah, that's cool. Love the Ian says, Jin. Yeah, that's pretty cool, Ian, for sure. Mind blowing. Yeah, they're pretty cool. That's a big tease there. So some interesting stuff there. RH is Satoshi with one Apple. Yeah. All right, so that was pretty cool. Hey, thanks for that one there, Get Hex. Hopefully the little piano music was okay for the YouTube, but that was pretty cool. All right, so I hope you guys enjoy yourself. Take care, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. I think tomorrow's going to be a lot of fun. And, of course, stay tuned for that. We have so much coming down the pipeline there. Coast, of course, new product. What else? We've got prices pumping for some of those things. We've got the Maximus diamond hand staking coming out, and probably maybe 3 or 4 or 5 days somewhere in that book back. It's going to be fun and much, much more. Take care, everybody. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to play out Richard Hart's little alpha video from Pulsechain. Check it out because it's got lots of cool stuff in it. Sometimes it's worth watching at least 10 times. So you pick it all up. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Let's get into it. Here we go. Peace out, everybody. Catch you guys tomorrow. Bye for now. Woohoo!
What's up, guys? How's it going? Pulsechain shirt on. Pulsechain ring. So, am I just talking or what? Am I live? I guess I'm just live. Hey, everybody. I hope the weather's nice and cool out there. I hear it's like 106 Fahrenheit. Kind of hot. I have been talking to devs a lot recently. And I guess the next thing you're going to see released on Pulse X is going to be the limit orders. Works fine in the private testnet. They're just going to push it to the main branch and we'll be able to test that soon. And the big thing that we're waiting on is consensus improvements. So because my devs are geniuses, they find bugs other people don't know about. So they know about bugs in BSC that nobody else knows about. They know about bugs in the click consensus mechanism, which Pirelli is based on, that nobody knows about. And so, you know, before we launch mainnet, we want everything to be right. And right now we have a pretty cool opportunity because the Ethereum guys finally got to market with something, or are close to getting to market with something, which is their Ethereum 2.0, which will now, once it happens, just be called Ethereum. They won't be called Ethereum 2. And it doesn't release new coins. You're not going to get a copy of your coins on Ethereum 2. It doesn't improve costs. There's no extra throughput. There's no extra gas limit. There's no extra throughput per second. All it does is reduce issuance rate for Ethereum, which is bullish for all of crypto. You know, Ethereum's got half the market cap of Bitcoin. And if you don't have Ethereum miners dumping the price constantly and enriching power companies and hardware manufacturers at the cost of the environment and the price chart, well, that's great. And that's great for all of crypto. And it's also great for Pulsechain. In my mind, the two most important core concepts for Pulsechain are the Ethereum fees still high? Yes, they are. You know, I was looking earlier today, it's still $3 to send normal Ethereum. It's still, you know, 10 or 12 bucks to do a Uniswap transfer, et cetera. And that's during a bear market where, you know, Ethereum already dropped 85%. Bear markets tend to come to an end. So the last bear market only lasted 365 days. This one is going to last a little bit longer because people decided to destroy their balance sheets and buy a second. They didn't want to do the normal blow off top bubble chart. They wanted to do an extra double bubble. And this double bubble, well, it didn't work. Ethereum's capital liquidated, block, you know, Celsius bankrupt. Michael Saylor net negative, El Salvador net negative. Everybody, you know, all those guys losing money left and right. All the people that listen to me, well, they've seemed to have done much better. Called top of the day. You might have heard that before. So basically, with this merge that's coming up, assuming it goes well, which I hope that it does, they've got a lot of audits. They've done a lot of testing on it. Hope it goes well. It doesn't do anything but help Pulsechain. Fees are still high. Gas limits are still low. No one's building out extra capacity for Ethereum. No one's trying to reduce the Ethereum fees except us. And I guess maybe the ETH2 developers that someday in the future will eventually get around to sharding, which has been a dream of theirs for like as long as Ethereum's existed. I don't know, 6 years. And it's great. So it also helps with our consensus stuff, because a lot of stuff the guys did in ETH2 for consensus is useful for us and Pulsechain. And that's the only thing we're really waiting on. So, you know, if you use the testnet, which I consider to be the best game on the blockchain, hey, you like blockchain games? Guess what, guys? You get copies of all your coins in the pulsechain.com testnet. Go try them out right now. You can trade them back and forth. You can do, you know, it's the same code. So you can do a lot of the same things. And everything else has been really good. Like PulseX, done tons of trades, tons of people doing buy and burns. You know, I've heard nothing but good things about the testnet. So we're basically, because things have taken as long as they have, we're more secure. We're able to improve other projects if we want. Not sure we will. You know, it's just funny. So in my mind, the two things people care about the most in Pulsechain are more coins, more throughput, lower fees. That's the primary value statement. And ETH 2.0 with this merge doesn't give you new coins, doesn't give you lower fees, doesn't give you higher throughput. And so our value proposition is totally clean. I like it. Everything's good. And then the less negative sell pressure on crypto as a whole from removing the miners having to get paid all the time is good for everything. Now, am I bullish on crypto? Not yet. Now remember, Hex ran up 60x versus Bitcoin the first time it dumped from 65K down 55%. So Hex can totally decorrelate from Bitcoin. I think it was kind of bad timing that it looks correlated now, because we had our own cycles, right? There were sacrifice phases. There was other things going on in our own cycles. And so I wouldn't be surprised if some point Hex started doing the same things it used to do, which is just overperforming like crazy. we'll see. I don't have a crystal ball. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, do your own research, etc. But I mean, even recently when you saw Bitcoin like break under 20K, which people are really hoping for, they don't want to see, they don't like seeing Bitcoin under 20K. And then if you're a technical analyst, there's some things that say like support becomes resistance. And so, you know, what used to be resistance is support in theory, old 20K top, now 20K quote bottom, but actually didn't hold a 20K bottom at all. Didn't respect that at all. You know, went down to 17.5, is now sitting at, it was interesting. I saw the euro and Bitcoin and the S&P 500 all pumped today. I was like, oh, I wonder if they're correlated. So yeah, I think as long as Grayscale Bitcoin's at a 33% discount, which it is, and they hold 1% of all Bitcoin, and, you know, the Ethereum merge might be a buy the rumor, sell the news event. I mean, we see lending, people that are borrowing Ethereum for the merge, they're paying like 15% APY to do it. And so, you know, there's some people interested in playing this merge game. And I think traditionally in crypto, buy the rumor, sell the new stuff is pretty common, you know. And so with the risk that Bitcoin dumps due to either just not doing its 85% dump yet, which would put it at, you know, a little bit under 11K, and the 33% discount on Grayscale BTC, which has been consistent. I mean, it's been there for months. And the Mt. Gox coins being released at some point. Those guys suck so bad. Just give us a date, guys. Just give us a date. Let's go. Stop screwing around, you know? The comedy, that whole thing. And then we've got the Bitfinex coins they're trying to sell, which I think is like 94,000 coins or 84,000 coins or something. And then we've got Ross Ulbricht's coins, which I think is like 70,000 coins, somewhere between 54 and 74,000. Can't remember the exact number. I tweeted all these, so you can look these up. So we've got discounted Grayscale Bitcoin, which is 1% of all Bitcoin. We've got Mt. Gox, Bitfinex, and the federal marshals probably selling Ross Ulbricht's coins because he signed off to let them do it to pay his restitution. And then normal cycle dump, right? And then maybe buy the rumor, sell the news for merge. So in my mind, it's the dream bottom would be the Grayscale discount goes away. Some of those free coins that are going to get released by law, like the Japanese ones at Mt. Gox, or going to get dumped as a matter of law, which would be the Ulbricht ones of Silk Road fame. And then it's up in the air whether the Bitfinex ones will really get sold or not. You know, they might get refunded or they might get sold. Who knows? And there's, I think there was 94,000 coins there. You could look it up. So the dream would be those coins get dumped. Bitcoin's deficit to net asset value in Grayscale disappears. And then it does its traditional 11K and pray 85% dump. That's been a nice bottom. And then if they raised interest rates, oh boy, that'd be nice too. Because as long as they keep doing quantitative tightening, QT, it pushes down the stock market pushes down Bitcoin, Bitcoin pushes down Ethereum. That's how it goes. And then I like this next cycle is going to be hilarious because with Pulsechain, you know, like look at the situation Bitcoin's in. Is there DeFi in Bitcoin? Comedically, no. Is there high throughput? Is there low fees? Is there a roadmap? Nope. Is there good anonymity? Nope. Now I was just talking to a lawyer today about the Tornado Cash situation. And this, I'm not a lawyer. This is not legal advice, but he says that, you know, the sanction just addressed USDC, which means it could be the case that you can still use Tornado Cash using the ETH address. And as long as you're using IPFS to access the contract, you know, it seems like it should be okay. But if you mess this up, it's devastating. Don't mess it up. Be very careful. Get your own legal advice. You know, of the many things in this world that you want to toy with, sanctions are not one of them. The government takes them very, very seriously. So I would get legal advice from a lawyer before I did anything related to sanctions. So yeah, bear markets don't last forever. right? So if our top was, let's check the chart here, check the chat. So if we call the most recent local top, get on the daily here, in Bitcoin, if we call that November of 2021, and a year out would be, that's November 11th of November 10th of 2021. That's 2 months from now. So if the bear market's only going to last 365 days, that's only 2 months and 4 days from now. Could happen, right? We could dump, make that firm bottom. And everyone else is thinking about this bear market. I'm thinking about the next bull market. As soon as we've got this consensus figured out, and I think we've got a good plan, as soon as this consensus is like executed and fixed on Pulsechain, it's got to be glorious. Imagine imagine all these new people that get to buy a massive dip. So when I got into crypto, I didn't get to buy a massive dip. I got to buy the top. So I bought Bitcoin at 30, it went down to 2. I was down 93.5% to start. It was like, oh, well, this sucks. Then you just hold. Then it goes up to 1,200, and then it goes down to 200, and then it goes up to 20,000, then it goes down to 3, and then it goes up to 14, then it goes to 4, and then it goes to 69, and then it goes to 17. That's the history. So being able to have so many people, like perhaps the people at this conference, buying at rates that are 10 times cheaper, like for instance, Hex dipped 95%. Well, golly, that's a good dip. I mean, you could get, if you buy a 95% dip, you're getting 20 times the stuff for the same economic energy that a person that had bought previously did. So in theory, that greatly reduces your risk because you're getting so much more stuff. I don't know why in crypto everyone loves to buy tops and sell bottoms, but if you have the opportunity to buy bottoms, like some people bought the big payday dip, well, that was glorious. They did very well on that. Some people bought that $2 dip. I didn't. I just held. But had I been a lot smarter, buying a 90% dip on something that went up another 20,000 fold, yeah, actually went up another 34,500 fold from $2. So it's a lot. It's a lot of extra movement. 34,500x from the bottom of the dip. That was my introduction to Bitcoin. What else do we got going? I mean, some of you guys may notice there was a US credit card on-ramp available for Hex, which would be buytohex.com. What else? Yeah, really, we're kind of waiting for consensus. That's the majority of what we care about right now. And we also, the documentary's done. So the highest of stakes documentary is complete, and they're just slapping the soundtrack on there now. So it's I hear a 40-piece orchestra. I'm not an expert on orchestras. I'm not, I don't listen to too much orchestral music. I guess we all do if we watch movies, because it's very common in movies. And apparently everyone that's seen it likes it. So I think it's going to be awesome when that comes out. So let's see what next year might look like. Pulsechain, PulseX, Hex on the Ethereum network, Hex on the Pulse network, documentary out, incentive token out. Tell us more about the incentive token. I don't know. People probably provide liquidity to it, and that'll be its claim to fame. What's Dogecoin's claim to fame? As a JPEG. This still seems to be a mechanic that works in crypto. What else? Racking my head here. Oh, yeah, the wallet's coming along. Mr. Wallet developer is still building out the wallet, so that's coming along. Anything else? I think that's all I can think about.